All right. Hey, everybody. It's
Hey
me,
guys.
Rodney.
Oh, hey guys, it's me, Missy.
All right. You going to tell them what we're going to do today?
Okay, so how many of you have like cookie tins, or how many of you buy those cookie tins every year that has those little sugar cookies in it? Like, and they come in these little round tins, and you don't throw them away and you save them, or because I saved mine, so I don't know. So we're going to repurpose these tins today. I've already done this one, so I'll go ahead and show you this one. Which way is the best way to do it?
That way.
This way?
Yeah.
All right, so I used the Rocket Ship Vintage Santa decoupage paper on this tin, which is available on our website. And I used Caviar DC Bell chalk paint and then gold Gildan wax around the edges. And this is just an old Oreo tin from...
I'm going to switch to overhead only so that you can show them
yeah,
there.
1993 is what the back of this tin says. I didn't paint it because it says Tinsel and Time. It's an Oreo cookie container. But that's it. And then you can just open it. So these are pretty old. I wouldn't put food in it like this, but you could still use it as just regular decor, or you can use it as a little gift box and you can put stuff in it. Anyways, I think it's cute, and I have...
Hi, Janice.
I have 3 more cookie tins. So let me explain the process of how I prep these up. So you can see I already have this one coated with the Barn Red, the DC Bell Barn Red.
Test, right?
Yeah. This is where I was trying to make sure that I got the best stick to it. That would be the easiest, simplest way. So first thing I did was I took a piece of 220 grit sandpaper and I just scuff sanded the whole outside of the tins, all the way around, the lid, everything. I just scuff sanded it. And then I used rubbing alcohol and a paper towel, and I just cleaned it really good to make sure that there was no like sticker residue. This one had a sticker on it. Just no residue whatsoever, just cleaned it up really good. And then I used a Dixie Belle's clear coat in flat, and I just did a thin layer of the clear coat all over the container. So you can't see it, there's no sheen to it because it's flat. But I just put a coat of the clear coat on it, and then I've set and let it dry. So this one has 2 coats of Barn Red on it. So it's been scuff sanded, wiped down with alcohol, and then clear coated, and now it has 2 coats of Barn Red. So we're going to do the top, which the clear coat is on the top of this one too. And usually I use cotton, but today I'm going to use a buttercream. So it's a more of like an antique white. Let me see if I can show you.
So the purpose for clear coating first was to make it where it would adhere, the paint would adhere.
It's
better
given
to the
something
can.
for the paint to grab onto,
Okay.
because the metal is just slick, and we're scuff sanding it, but we're not getting down to the bare metal. Like, we're not taking what's on it off. We're just giving it a little bit of something to grab onto.
So guys, if you take it to bare metal, a lot of times you have to use a etching primer after that, because a regular primer doesn't want to grab a hold of sanded metal.
We're just wanting to give something for the chalk paint to hold on to.
So it's just a light scuffing. So how's everybody doing today?
Yeah, it's Friday.
Fridays are always good.
Yep. So we're just going to do a thin coat of this. We'll do this. It'll take 2 coats because we're wanting to cover up the image so we don't get any of what's on the can.
How many of y'all got a bunch of these cans just lying around?
I do.
Like, Kaylee loves to eat sugar cookies, so
we buy these tins.
The round ones a lot. You know,
a lot. We probably, this time of year, we'll probably go through, Oh gosh, through the whole season,
Yeah.
at least 6 or 7.
Yeah. So we have a lot of these cans just lying around the house.
They're really useful for stuff, you know, like if you keep buttons or anything small like that. But I just thought it would be fun to make them actually like cute. Like, okay, like, I mean, this is cute, the little teddy bears, but then it has all these cookies around it. So I just think.
I don't think that's that cute.
Well, you know, some people might think it's
Kaylee
cute.
liked it.
Yeah, Kaylee likes them. Okay, so we're going to let that one dry. And then I have 2 more. Okay, so I have 2 different scenes. This one is cookies, and the other one is the nativity scene, and then this one is the little gnome with the house. That one obviously is going on the red can.
The cookies are not available online yet because we want to test that design out and make sure it looks good.
So I already have the buttercream out, so let's go ahead and just get the buttercream. So I'm going to paint. This one I'm going to use Bunker Hill Blue, and this one I'll use the whole buttercream. So let me get this one painted, the top of this.
Donna had several of those cans and finally caved and put them in the yard sale.
Well, see, now you got to go get some more cookies so you can repurpose the cans. That's one thing I like. I like to repurpose it. I like to.
Because she'll stuff ornaments and stuff, or Christmas tree ornaments, but she'll stuff them down in these cans at the end of the holiday.
The holiday season. I reuse them. I mean, like, I keep them for a lot of different reasons. You can, your breakables and stuff, you put some tissue paper in there and just.
And then they can sit out on the shelf and be decor.
While you're waiting to put everything back up, pack it back up.
Because she'll put the Christmas tree up pretty early. And then she'll take it down on January. No,
you took it down Christmas.
She took it down Christmas Day.
I took it down Christmas night. Yeah, last year.
Yeah. And I always think you should leave it up till at least New Year's. The kids would like it to stay up longer.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna let that one dry. And this can, I'm gonna go ahead and paint. I'm painting the whole entire can in this buttercream color. Oh.
No, that's the one you're going to use the nativity scene.
This is the one I want to use the nativity scene on. It'll be a perfect size for it.
Yeah, so this is the first time we've ever done this with the tin cans.
I've never thought of it before. I don't know why.
And all of a sudden she was in the cabinet and she was like, you know what? We could decoupage this and make it look pretty. I was like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's all about finding those household items and repurposing them.
That's what I like. So I'm painting it with the lid on. I'm not taking it off, mainly because I don't, if you were to reuse this for something, I don't know, I wouldn't want the paint to be where you pull the lid on and off, because it's just going to wear. It doesn't matter what you put on it. It's just going to wear putting the lid. These lids fit tight. So I just paint it with the lid on, and then when it's all done, I just take the lid on and off and make sure that it did get paint shut. But my other ones didn't get paint shut, so I think we'll be all right.
Well, even if it does, you just take a knife and along the edge and lightly go around it on this. Now, if it's a wooden box, I would not recommend doing that.
No.
We pre-painted some wooden boxes a while back for an in-store class, and the lids were glued shut with the paint. And so when I went to prying them apart the day before the class, I was breaking them into pieces, and I was like, holy cow. So luckily I had ordered enough to cover for that.
Yeah. Lesson learned.
Because you wouldn't think about it, but because we were using a clear primer on all those.
All right, so we'll just let that dry. It doesn't take that long. And then we'll be able to put a second coat on this one, and I should be able to hit these up.
I think this one looks amazing.
Yeah, I think it turned out really good. I really like that vintage.
And she even trimmed it with like gold gilding wax around the edges and then added some gold detail with the gilding wax.
I think it worked really good with the
It's hard for me to try to get a good view of it
right.
without the light. But
okay, yeah, so if you like blue, Bunker Hill blue is a really pretty deep blue, and I think it'll look good on this can with the cookies.
No, it's fitting because that can's already blue too.
Yeah, but it's just a more updated, fresh blue. And if you have the Christmas tins, like, you know, you could also use, well, my white paint is on that one, not dry. But you could decoupage, you know, an image that's not just Christmas. You could make them your everyday decor.
Now, how are you going to apply the decoupage paper? Traditional or iron-on?
Traditional, because it's metal.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because you don't want to get burnt by the metal.
No.
So yeah, we've been pretty busy at the store the last couple weeks.
Yep, we've put up 2 Christmas trees.
Did a decoupage class at Maymay's Craft Acropolis event.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
And we had an ornament class yesterday.
Oh yeah, ornament class yesterday. That was fun too.
And then I still have more Christmas stuff to put out, like for sale. And then I got a section that I needed to add lights to the greenery. I've run out of lights, or I just have to find some more to put on there. And then I think I'll have all of my Christmas displays out and ready.
Yep. We should be wrapping everything up this weekend.
Should be. I should be able to get it all done and get everything.
Y'all, I ordered new shopping carts for the store.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would have never known that shopping carts can be a little pricey. Luckily, we have smaller vintage shopping carts that I've replaced the wheels on multiple times.
Yeah.
So I had to buy shopping carts to match the size so they'll all fit into each other. So it kind of worked out because I got to save quite a bit of money.
I'm going to put these dogs outside.
Yeah.
They're asking.
By getting the smaller ones. It was pretty crazy. They come in on a big truck, and then I signed for them, but I only got half of them. And the big truck driver, but as I was going inside to shut the door, he was like, "Hey, you still got some more on the truck." And I was like, "Oh, cool." Teach me not to pay attention.
I don't know what they're barking at.
I'll go see.
If I turn my mic off, I can get these blow dried real quick.
No, I think we both have to turn our mics off for that.
I don't want to.
Here, I'll step over here. But yeah, it's been it's because they're here to get the rest of the chicken coop. That's why they want to go outside.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that. So we had chickens for years and years, and then with the store and everything, it becoming full-time ours and everything, we had to, we kind of like don't have as much time as we'd like to have for them. And my neighbors have a giant barn or whatever, and it's heated and air conditioned. I mean, it's high living over there at that farm. And my girls found their rooster and hooked up with their rooster, and now they go and live at the barn. So we call them our chickens, like between me and her both, but they're really just hers now. And there was only 4 of them, I think, is what I got left. And so one of my vendors, she has chickens, and I was like, "Hey, if you can get my chicken coop, you can have it." And so they come and they got half of it, and now they're getting the other half. And her chickens, I'm sure, will appreciate it, because while I felt like my chickens were living pretty nice in a nice coop and everything, when they found that barn, they got to move on up. So that's the story of my chickens. And we started out with chickens, gosh, 8 years ago. These chickens are 8 years old. They're old. And it was my youngest daughter came home and asked her daddy for a chicken. And next thing we knew, we had chickens, more than what we probably needed. But we did appreciate the eggs and all that kind of stuff. And they were just pets. That's all they were, just straight up pets. They had names. They would just come and sit and talk with us, and it was fun. But we don't have that much time. Now my dogs are coming in. I didn't blow dry them because I was waiting for you to come back in.
I mean, they should dry pretty fast anyways.
Yeah, if I can just hit it with the blow dryer, then I can get the sides. Because if I go to start putting a second coat on it, it's going to just peel it off. All right, I'm going to turn my mic off. I'm going to blow dry these real quick.
Hey, Minnesota Maker from snowy Minnesota. Ooh. Buddy of mine's from Minnesota. So his parents come down and visit, what, about 2-3 times a year? So hopefully everybody's having a pretty good day today. So far, so good on our end. It's fixing to get loud because she's going to be blow drying those cans, get them ready. So how's the weather there? It's freezing cold down here. It's a shocker to me that it's so cold. So I imagine it's below freezing there. All right, number one is dry. Mid-30s today. Yeah, that's cold. It's in its 50s right now for us. So I knew it was going to be much colder in Minnesota than here. I bet it's pretty cold in Washington too. '30s, golly, that's cold. It was probably 30 the other morning when we woke up. We had this freeze warning. They always put these freeze warnings out because a lot of us have copper pipes under our houses. So we need to know that kind of stuff. I told the plumber the last time he was here, I'm going to end up, because he was like, who put all that copper under there? And I was like, I did. He was like, well, you did a really good job, but you probably want to use PEX in the future. And I was like, oh, yeah, I bet. I don't have any tools to do PEX with. That's that plastic stuff that when it freezes, it expands instead of busts. It's a pretty neat product. And some of the areas that I've had to fix before have the joints will crack over time because the pipes they expand when it freezes out. But I have them all insulated now. We have this big foam wraps up under the crawl space, and my crawl space is not traditional. It's actually, you can walk and do it. And some of the spots I have to fix are always in an inconvenient spot. Hello, Tina. Hello, Claire. How's everybody doing today? Tina's from Alberta. I bet it's really freezing cold in Canada.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah. It's cold here, but it's just cold to us. It's not really cold when you...
It's cold to us.
Yeah, it's cold to us. When cold.
When it was 80 degrees last week.
I think we got 80 degrees next week too, though. Like, it's cold right now, but I think over the weekend it's supposed to warm up. Is what if I'm not mistaken, that's what I heard on the radio. 24
in Missouri this morning.
Ooh, that's cold.
Not yet. +5 here. Talking about Alberta, but we're supposed to get snow on Sunday. Snow is like Armageddon in Alabama.
Yeah. Well, we shut down when it snows here. Schools shut down. Businesses will shut down.
I worked in Birmingham during the last big snow event.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people were abandoning their cars on the side of the interstate. Oh, plus 5 Celsius. Oh, let me see what that is. I got to do a quick conversion on that one.
I don't know what that is.
I think 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
I wonder if I want... The way I've been doing it is I've been taking the paint all the way up.
41 degrees.
Oh, okay.
That's not too bad. 41's not that bad.
Not too bad.
Donna loves snow. Tina said they had snow last week, but most of it's melted.
My kids wanted to snow this year. That's what they're hoping for.
Golly. Kathy said in Montana, it's cold, but it's warming up this week. Last week, they got 12 inches of snow and a low of 1 degree.
Holy cow.
That is...
I can't imagine that.
1? Yeah, no, me neither.
No.
Our plumbing would probably explode.
Yeah.
Even insulated.
Yeah, white paint. That's all right. I would say this, when you're doing these at home versus like when you're doing them in a live and you're trying to like get them done or whatever, it is a little bit easier to do because you can paint it and then walk away and then let it dry all the way versus me trying to do it all on a live.
Tina lives in the south end of the province, so they tend to get a little less snow. I just imagine Canada is like the Yukon, like all ice and snow everywhere. I guess because that's what you always see on TV.
Yeah, I guess so. Do a second coat around the sides.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I knew y'all didn't live in igloos. That would be pretty crazy, though.
Yeah. I had a friend who had a birthday party for her daughter, and it was polar theme.
Right.
And she made an igloo out of milk jugs and water jugs. Like, she just was collecting jugs.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, for everybody for like months. And she washed them and she cut them. And she made an igloo. So the kids got to get in this igloo for her birthday party. Now, she goes all out. She can think of big things for her birthday parties and stuff like that. Her kids' parties were always fun when they were little. There was penguins and stuff. It was fun. But yeah, she made an igloo out of. That's what I think of every time.
Kathy was worried that her Dixie Belle was going to freeze.
I
would have been concerned about that too.
Yeah.
Because, recently we learned that ceramic mugs will crack through temperature changes. Mm-hmm. Because we had a recent shipment that got broke.
Yeah, the mug got broken.
Vintage ceramics. I don't know about modern.
Yeah.
I knew like pressure changes from flying overseas on an overseas delivery could cause your ceramics or porcelains to crack, but I didn't know that the weather could do that. Tina said, they say igloos are quite warm. I've never been in one, so I don't know.
Me neither.
Well, on those survival shows, they always make like a miniature version of an igloo.
Right.
And they're always warm inside there. So I imagine they would be.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I bet so. I wouldn't want to live in one, but
yeah, no.
It would be cool to go in one, a real one. But just to visit. Not to stay in or anything.
Good morning, Tina. Did you get your decoupage paper that we left at the store? Because we actually took it this time.
I don't think. I think it was still there when I went in this morning.
Okay. She got it.
Oh, she did?
Yep.
All right, then she was fast.
So in case y'all have missed out, we are painting cookie tins.
Cookie tins.
And we're going to be decoupaging them. So here's what one of the originals look like.
That's an original.
Just an old Oreo cookie tin.
Right. This one's from 1998. Just an Oreo cookie tin.
Hey, Tamitha.
And then this is my finished project.
That was loud.
Yeah, I hit it. But that's my finished project, but it didn't get it. It didn't mess it up. But yeah, and then they open up, and then you can still use them. Yeah.
So I had a bunch of them lying around, and she was like, what can we do with these?
I got to do something with them.
So
I'm going to do Christmas on them.
Paint and decoupage.
But like I said, if you don't want to do Christmas, that way you can use them all year round. You could put anything on them.
We're going to be using some decoupage on them.
Yep.
That one that she showed, the black one, that's a decoupage paper.
Yeah.
That's a vintage Santa on a rocket.
Yeah, that's that.
He's super cool.
I put that on there, and then I painted this as black. It's DC Bell Caviar, gold gilding wax, decoupage paper, and then sealed it all up with a clear coat. So yeah, if I don't quit touching it with my paint hands.
Yeah, you're going to end up getting paint all over it.
Yeah, I'm going to mess it up. I have to redo it. Yeah. So on these, I just painted, I used Barn Red on the red, and then I'm using Buttercream as the white, and then I'm using Bunker Hill Blue on this blue one. So we're just letting them dry up, and then we'll be able to.
Paint over paint dries much faster than paint over metal.
We'll be able to put this decoupage paper on it. So this one is I'm going to use on the blue. This one I'm using on the round white can.
Kathy, we do not sell plain sheets of rice paper.
And this one I'm using on the red.
I mean, I guess we could. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I buy them in bulk because it took us forever to source to
figure
find
out which one we like the most.
Some of them are low quality.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of printer are you going to be using?
That makes a huge, huge, huge difference. Huge difference.
I'm glad you had fun, Tamitha, at the class. She said everybody needs to sign up for class. It was so much fun.
They were asking me yesterday, when's my next class, and I said, just let me get through open house. Let me get through open house, and then we'll go from there, because open house is a lot.
I'm from Minnesota, and we used to build snow forts that were sort of like igloos. They were warmer inside than outside for sure.
That's cool.
Sheila says she loves watching.
Oh, thank you.
Inkjet, Kathy, you'll have to seal the paper after you get done, or it will bleed unless you have an aqueous durable ink, which those are way more expensive than regular inks. What are you fixing to do? Okay. Good. That would be quite the trip, Tina, from Canada to Alabama. That would be, yeah. Also, I learned that if we ship something to Canada, it takes forever to get there. I didn't know that. Yeah, you would want to, I guess, clear coat the paper first. But the problem with clear coating, you would want to use a spray fixative because the clear coat's water based, and so the water based clear coat would cause the ink to run from the inkjet. Yes, international shipping is very expensive. I didn't realize that, but man, you know, I've ordered stuff from Canada before and I didn't pay that much for the shipping. It wasn't that bad, and I got it timely, but the difference from here to there was humongous. I think the package that we shipped is still sitting in customs, and we sent it almost 3 weeks ago, and it's still sitting in customs.
Okay, so this can is dry, so, and it's the one I already have painted this one red. So we're going to put this paper on top of the lid. So you see, this is a full-size image, so it's bigger than my lid, but that's okay because we'll just tear it off. And what I'm going to do is kind of like make the crease where I want it to be torn. And just kind of go. So that way I can tear my paper this way. And if it's a little bit over, it's going to be okay because you can trim it back or lightly sand it off. It's all right. I'm just going to tear it apart. Really easy.
Oh, and if you do use a fixative spray on the front and the back to keep it from getting, your paper becomes really brittle. It's weird. It's not the same because we did it that way for a while to keep that way. We were giving people a quality product, but we've since switched from aqueous durable and sealing over to laser because the laser burns the pigment and melts it to the paper.
So there's a slight overhang, but that's okay because I can get that off. That's no big deal. So what I'm gonna do.
Well, thanks, Tina, and you have a good weekend hunting with the hubby.
Ah, nice.
Are you hunting too, or are you just going with him while he goes hunting? Because that's what, if I was to go hunting, that's what you would do.
Yeah, I would just be hanging out.
Ooh, got some chunkies.
Yeah.
It's because we use the same bottle. We fill the same bottle of hot Mod Podge up all the time.
Yes. Constantly.
So I would recommend washing if you're going to refill it.
I'm just gonna, I only put Mod Podge down.
You're not, your mic's off.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, Bonnie. That was a good catch.
Yeah. Okay, so I only put Mod Podge on the top part so I can get it lined up where I want it to be. And then, yeah. And I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure and lay it down. And then what I'll do is Mod Podge the bottom of it.
Oh, I imagine that would be hard to get out and hunt. But that's good that you go with them.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I guess over time, like for me, I used to make furniture and stuff, and Missy would come outside and sit while I made the furniture.
Right. That's just kind of how we've always
It's like the
been.
moral support.
And then I'm going to lay it down, smooth it out, and then we'll let that dry. Okay, so here's your important thing right here is you do not want to overwork it and you do not want to over touch it, right? So after you get it down and you can feel the Mod Podge coming up through the paper, that's where you just kind of want to stop at and let that dry. So what we'll do is I'll use a little piece of sandpaper and I'll just sand the edges of this right here off. And we'll get that off. And then I have a little bit of an idea to do some cute work around the edges that we'll work on. But for now, I'm just going to let this Mod Podge dry up some so I don't mess up my image, because the more you touch this, the rub, with the Mod Podge coming up through the paper, the more you do that, the more you're going to overwork your paper, overwork your Mod Podge. That's what you're going to do. And
it's easy. You don't realize you're doing it. It's tempting to work on it, but I noticed the other day, I saw someone doing it, and they just continued to work on it. And when you do that, it thins the paper out.
Yeah, yeah. It just overworks it. So
she's using a Mod Podge mat.
Yeah, it's just Mod Podge mat.
Yep.
But this is not what I use to seal up my decoupage paper. I don't, because of the sheen that gives versus the sheen that the Dixie Belle clear coat. And that's so thick, the clear coat is thinner and it's easier to work with. So you don't want to overwork that either, but you're just wanting to put thin, even coats of that on there, and it seals it up. You can seal up the whole entire can with the clear coat, which that will be the last thing that we do when we go to do that.
So you positioned your image in a way that you have pre-planned how you're going to sand off what parts of the image you're willing to lose.
Right, yeah. I over-tore it. I put it around and I tore it, but I give myself some working room just in case. But that I'll be able to sand off no problem.
Shooting with your camera is important too, Tina. That's an important part of the process, I think, because you want to document what you're doing. Your husband probably appreciates that too. That way he can show off his game.
Yes. I wonder if I can.
They said that one looks so cute.
I think it's going to look really cute. And I think it's going to look really cute when I get all the way done with it. I think I want to add a little bit of gilding wax around to the edges, just a little bit, because it gives it a little. But for here, which I can do that actually. I'm just going to use the buttercream. And I'm going to use the end of this paintbrush because it has the little mushroom guys, right? And what I think I want to do, let me see if I can do a tester real quick.
I've gotten some great pictures of animals. It's great. I bet it is. I bet there's unique animals there that we don't have around here.
Yeah.
Like elk, and moose.
So what I want to do is just, with the tip of my brush, I just kind of want to do the polka dots. And I just want to randomly
that's cute.
Place them all the way around the tin. So and it's doing the different sizes because your first dip is the biggest one after you dip it into the paint. And then the more you do it, the tinier it gets.
Tamitha, we use flat clear coat. I posted a link in the comment. The colors on the paper are just so bright and beautiful. It is. She did some stuff the other day or yesterday. I wish I could show it to you, but I was really stunned with how good it turned out. And it takes a lot to stun me, but you know, it's all about that time. You learn your settings on your machine, learn its finishing temperatures, and you get more vibrant colors. It's weird how it works, how a laser jet works compared to an inkjet. Yes, it would, Tina. She said that's going to be amazing. That would make a great Christmas cookie gift. And then you could use the ornament as a tag.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just craziness for me, I guess.
I think it would be cute. I think you could use it for just different stuff. I mean, I think it would be a cute little box. And then you can use the box as decor, but I like how with the polka dots, like the mushrooms. So while that's drying, yeah.
That's a great idea. How Tamitha said, how great would these be to use instead of wrapping paper and be handed down? Love it.
Yes, yes. I think so too.
Because if
I got a gift in that, if I just got that, I would be keeping it. That's a gift on its own.
With that little bitty treasure chest box I still have.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah.
My mom gave me a watch in.
So this is going to be my cookie tin. And so what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to tear it all the way around as close to the edge as I can get it on this one. So.
And the reason why we use cookie tins is because it's the time of year when people start buying sugar cookies, and everybody's got them just laying around anyways. Why not use them?
We do all the time. We buy them all the time.
Because like I said earlier, Kaylee will probably eat, golly, 6 cans of sugar cookies before Christmas is over.
These are actually my favorite cookies. I love the tin cookies.
I don't like them so much. I think they taste like cardboard.
I like them.
That's me.
The pretzel ones and stuff that look like pretzels, I like them.
Yeah, I noticed they were all gone when I opened up that plastic container. But yeah, it's cookie tin time, so might as well use them cookie tins for something else.
Use them for something.
Tina said the cookies look real.
They do, don't they?
You can get tins cheap at the dollar store and then transfer them into masterpieces. Win-win.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing here because this image doesn't take up the whole box. I only want to Mod Podge where the paper is going to go. So I'm just going to put, I really got to clean this out. A thin coat here just to give it something to hold on to.
Yeah, it's time to retire that bottle. Maybe use a mason jar.
And then I'm going to go where my paper is.
And the reason she's doing this is to keep that sheen from the satin sheen from the mat from being on there.
Because I don't want to cover the whole lid. Like that one I covered the whole lid, but it's because the image took up the whole top of the lid. I'm just going to work my way down.
Janice said she was thinking the same thing about the tins because she doesn't have any.
Oh, she doesn't. But you can go buy some sugar cookies.
Missy's all about getting y'all to get them sugar cookies, but not everybody can eat sugar cookies.
I know. But yeah, I'm sure you can find tins. I'm sure somebody has tins.
No, they sell them at the dollar store.
That's crazy. And I'm just trying to make sure I got all my edges down. And instead of, when it's a small edge like that, instead of painting the tin, I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of the Mod Podge on the paper and then press it down. That way I don't have to. And then when we go to clear coat it, my edges will lay down and it'll be all right. So on this one, we're going to let that one dry a little bit, and then we're going to come back through with the buttercream, and I'll show you how I kind of blend it in to the image. And then I probably need to do just one more coat of the blue on this, just so it's fully covered. And I don't think on this one there is a little bit of brown in it. I think the gold would look good up against that blue.
Yeah, bronze will be too dark.
So I think I might touch
either
it
silver or gold
with a little bit of blue, a little bit of the gold, just to give it a little bit of more pizzazz. So I'm just gonna put one more of this coat of blue on here. I really like this blue too. It's really pretty.
Yeah, you'd be better off going to the dollar store, and we're better off buying cookie tins with cookies in them, because Amazon's expensive. $34 for 3 tins.
Shoo.
How much was them cookies at Dollar General? $2.50?
I have no clue. We just buy them.
Yeah, right here. You can get a big 24-ounce one at Belk with cookies in it for $12. Royal Dansk at Walmart, which is that size, is $5.82.
You know what else you could do? The popcorn tins.
What's that?
Those big.
Yeah, the big metal popcorn tins.
You could paint those, and then you could put a decoupage, and you could do it on the lid or something like that. However you want to do it. But that's a good idea too.
That is a good idea.
To do the popcorn tins. Now I don't buy the popcorn tins because I don't eat popcorn.
I eat cheese puffs. They have cheese puff tins.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna let that one dry up. I'll make sure I don't got no blue paint on my hands.
If you wet the rice paper with water, would it tear easier? Yes, it will tear easier. Just a bit with a small paintbrush in the shape of the object if someone was using it for using the papers for more complex shapes.
Yeah. So
why do you not do it?
I don't do it because I don't want the water to go.
You don't want the water to accidentally get into the image itself.
I don't want to risk going too far with the water. I do have a heavy hand when I paint.
Yep.
So I would have a heavy hand with the wet. They make these little brushes that have the water in it, the water pens or whatever that you could do it with. I've seen those, but I don't have one, so I've never used one. But I just don't have a problem tearing this. But also, I mean, I usually don't go very close. Like that's the closest I've been to an image.
Right.
Really.
Well, even when I do one where I get really close to it, I actually just use my finger. I use my thumbnail and I push back. I don't tear like Missy does. I scrape back because I want my images to be frayed around the edge. So when I come back, because I generally paint back into my image to help soften it up some. Basically blending my image back from the original color.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more likely to try to throw an image on top of something blue or black and then paint the white back in, or paint the black back in.
Can you hand me the scissors? Because I'm just going to cut this one so that way it'll fit on the inside of this lid.
Fussy cut it.
Yeah.
Donna says since she's been watching us, she's been decoupaging everything she can get her hands on.
Right? You really can decoupage.
Missy's been doing this for a while now. She's decoupaged furniture, tabletops.
Mm-hmm.
Golly.
Smalls.
The tiniest stuff.
It just, the reason why I like it so much is because you can look at stuff and re-envision it, and you can change it and update it, you know? Like these, just for example, the cookie tins. Just instead of chunking it and throwing it away, you can reuse it for something like this.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna look good.
Chose a perfect image for that one.
All right, so here we're just gonna podge the center, and I'm just gonna work it all the way around because I already know.
Tina's right. She said it's very addictive, it's fun, and if you take your time, it looks so good.
Yes.
Donna said it ends up looking so professional.
I think so too.
You should see those wooden frames that we're working on. I am really, I don't know what to say. They look fantastic. And that's what she did with those. She decoupaged them. Decoupaged a piece of wood and had me frame it out.
Mm-hmm.
Tamitha said all her Christmas gifts are going to be decoupaged.
All right, I'm just going to put this in the center.
I try to come out with a few new designs at least once a week.
Yeah.
Lorna said, now I have an excuse to buy more cookies. Love the tins.
Yes, buy more cookies and then reuse the tins and then give them out as Christmas gifts. So it's like, if you know how you give kids money, like my kids, they, you know, so many people will give them cash for Christmas because, or gift cards or something like that, because they're just at that age where you just can't go buy them stuff that you know that they like or whatever. But you could put it in a tin like this, and you could do it more, you know, pick like this one Kaylee would love.
Yeah.
If this one was if Kaylee got a gift and this right here, this is cute and this is what she would display it in her bedroom every Christmas because she decorates her room for the season. She decorates for Thanksgiving, Halloween, and Christmas. Those are her holidays that she'll decorate for.
Donna made the shelf sitters to give as a gift, but she decided to keep them all herself.
There you go.
That's what happened.
What happens.
That's what happened with that gas can.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. You just start making them, and then you're like, well, you know what?
This is cuter than I thought it was going to be.
This is a present for me.
It's like that book I did.
Yeah.
I did that book, and Missy's like, nah, we're keeping that.
We're keeping that one. You have to make another one. So I'm just going to go through on this and put another coat of the buttercream on there. And I do have an idea for this one that I just thought of. So while this is drying, I'll work on that. I got to go get it.
Tina wants to do the same thing that we're doing with the Santa frame.
Yes.
I could make one extra. Oh, a piece
frame?
of wood. Yeah. Because that's what she says she wants to do. So I need to I can make a blank one. for Tina. Kathy, do I have your email? I think I do. I'll email you about the blank pieces of paper after the live is over.
All right, so I'm gonna let that one dry, and then on this one,
I'm pretty sure I have her email address.
Okay, I'm gonna use. Let me grab a brush real quick. Hold on. Let me just grab all the things that I need to grab that I just thought about. So I need this.
That's what happens. Lives go awry.
Yeah. Yes. I need this.
I just couldn't bring myself to tear the "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" Santa from class, so he's going to be framed. He is stunning.
Right.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one a lot. It took some time. The background took some time, because you think it's just a poem, but I did these little splotches, and then I used layers and layer effects until I came up with a dirty old paper look. And then with the steampunk Santa, I actually did a grungy brownish colored paper behind him, so he looks pretty good too. Love your images. You have an eye for composition. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes Missy will say, "Do you think there's too much in that image?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, well, I don't think so." And then I'll remove it, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're right." So we have to team up on that stuff.
Okay, so on this one, I'm going to blend in this stuff right here. But the first thing that I need to do is get all of my images glued down, like stuck to the surface, the little frayed edges or whatever. So what I'm going to do is use my clear coat, and I'm just going to start in the middle and then work my way down, and I'm just going to make sure that all my images are dry, and then I'll come back to this can and do a little bit more with it. This is where I say you don't want to overwork it. You just want to do nice strokes. That's how much clear coat I have on there. And then I just work through the middle and then go to the edges, and I'm pushing down my ends. And we can paint over clear coat, so don't stress about it. And this is flat clear coat, so there's no sheen. You're not going to see any sheen. And it dries pretty quick.
No, the Night Before Christmas, that one's not a new one. I did it right before I did the Halloween images. It was my first batch of Christmas stuff. I put a link in the comments for that one. I do have a new one, and I thought we were going to be showing it, but I don't think so. I put it in the comments because I thought we were using it. But
which one is it?
The sideways one that I did last night. Where I had to soften the edges of the Santa so it would look like he was part of it instead of just tossed on top.
Okay, so I'm letting that one dry because it has the clear coat on it. What I want to do with this one is I have this twine, and I think it would be really cute if I just go around in a circle with the twine to go around the edges. So I don't know. I'm just going to use a little, well, I'm trying to think if I should clear coat it first before I put the twine on it.
I would. Yeah. If you're going to seal the image, I would clear coat it.
Let me seal this image.
Do we not have a thicker cord?
Do you know? Well, I don't think it needs to be too thick.
We could use that 1/2-inch rope I got out there.
That's too thick.
I know. I'm just kidding. I have 1-inch rope too. I thought we'd be able to use that. No. We'd have to make a shelf out of that thing. Watch out, Cambone. What's up, pup?
So we're just gonna seal this paper up before we do that. Because the paint around the edges is still drying, so that's okay. We're just letting this dry all the way up. All right, and now we can seal this one up. So like I said, just even strokes. You don't want to overwork it. And we are going to take the edges of this paper off. Which I probably should have done that first, but it's okay.
What should you have done?
Sanded off the edges before I clear coated it.
Oh, it'll just make it easier to sand it off.
It will.
Because it'll make it the paper stiffer.
Stiffer. So, and then, let me check and make sure that all my white dots, if my white dots are dry. Yeah. So then we're just going to take the clear coat and seal up my chalk paint and my polka dots.
Which the polka dots have a little texture because of the way you applied them.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, I just used the end of the paintbrush, and my bigger dots are from the initial dip of the paintbrush, and then I just kept on going, and then I got the smaller dots. So just use the edge of a paintbrush.
I use an HP laser jet. The cartridges I use are $250 a piece, and it takes 5 cartridges. Yeah, 5 cartridges. I don't know the particular model. It's an M something, ain't it? A M something, or it could be a D something.
You're asking the wrong person.
What's funny is I can only print up to legal designs, but I also can't control the margins, which is the first time ever that I've never been able to control not being able to print to the end because of the bleed margin. So you end up with white edges no matter what you do. Thanks, Claire.
I just want a little dot of hot glue.
My advice, if you're going to buy a laser jet, make sure that you can buy one that you can change your temperature settings on the finisher. Because you need it to finish. You need it to be able to heat up enough to dry the toner before it comes out. And also have it in a well-ventilated area, because toner is not healthy for your health. It's hazardous to your health. Because it's literally little plastic pieces that are getting melted. It's like you see people using these.
He does not want to stick.
The hot glue.
The hot glue gun's not hot enough.
Yeah.
It takes it a minute to get heated up.
You'll see videos where people are sitting, they're in a tiny little room, and they have these sublimation printers and stuff. Those put off heavy chemicals too, because it's overspraying the ink that you have to use. So, and you should always use those things in a well-ventilated area. Something that you can put a fan in the window and get that out, so it's not floating around your house.
I'm letting all this stuff cure up just a little bit before I go any further. But what I want to do is take the twine, and I might not be able to do that today, but I want to take the twine and I want to go all the way around in a circle all through there. And then
have any art you have any art glitter glue?
That's what I was thinking when I was using the hot glue gun. I was like, I actually need art glitter glue. And I don't have any art glitter glue. But I know where I can get some art glitter glue.
Do you have any E6000? You could use Mod Podge. That's what I used the last time.
I could use Mod Podge.
That is literally what I used to glue the keys and stuff on because I didn't want to go get anything else.
Let me just do it because I really want to see what it's going to look like.
I thought you did get some art glitter glue that day when we bought all that stuff because you bought the Misty, I don't know the names of all that stuff. But yeah, you bought the Misty. I remember that.
I wonder if I can just...
Because you bought a bunch of stamp sets too. So Kaylee could stamp our tan bags.
It just would be easier with...
And that's what I did. That's how I glued it down. Art glitter glue will glue everything, even the key panel on a Ford Flex.
Holy cow. Okay, I'm going to get some art glitter glue. I can't believe that I haven't had none. I can't believe that I don't have any, actually.
I thought it's in a white bottle, isn't it?
I don't have any art glitter glue. When one of our... yeah, I need art glitter glue. Does it set fast? Does the art glitter glue set fast? Like how hot glue sets pretty fast? Like you can put it on there and...
I don't know. Hot glue sets slower than super glue. Yes, it sets really fast.
It sets fast? Okay.
Everybody's saying yes.
Then I need to go get some art glitter glue.
Yeah, everybody's saying yes.
Okay.
So yeah.
Sold. If I would, man, I should have ordered on Halloween, and I could have said trick or treat.
You're so funny.
Meme had a thing, and that's what she did. And if you called in and placed your order, if you said trick or treat, you got it.
You know what? I'm just gonna call Amber and say trick or treat anyway.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do that. After I get off here, I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna call and I'm gonna say trick or treat when I make the order.
Next time y'all are watching May, ask her about the job application, the job resume she got.
Gosh, when they were hiring. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not. You can kind of see where I'm going with it, right? All the way around. I'm going to go get some art glitter glue and then do it that way because I don't want to mess this up. But that's what I want to do and make it kind of like a frame. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to me because the Mod Podge isn't holding it either.
It takes too long to dry. Okay, so that, you see, that's what I'm going to do there, right? I'm going to go around there and then...
We'll have to post some photos of it on Facebook when you get done.
And then I would like to add some gilding wax to this one. But I really want to see what it looks like with the twine first to know if I should add the gilding wax to it or not. But I was thinking like just wiping it around the edges right here. And then, of course, down here. And then... maybe even taking the twine and wrapping it around the bottom, and that would tie in the top and the bottom. So yeah, I need some art glitter glue. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to get that today, and then I'll finish up this tin, and I'll see if I can get you to post a picture of all the finished tins up when I get them all done.
I can do that.
But yeah, I'm going to take twine and go around here. I think I'm going to take twine and go around here, and then just maybe touch it, not with gold, but maybe with the bronze one. Of the gilding wax.
I thought you were going to brown wax that.
Well, I might do that too. I could go with the brown wax and that would match with the twine. Okay, so be on the lookout for a finished picture of this one. I am going to finish this one.
And we'll put it on our Facebook page, guys.
Can't you post it to YouTube too, though?
Yeah, I can post it to YouTube.
Yeah.
You're right. I can post images. I totally forget about the community function. What was I going to say?
This one needs to dry up too. Okay, so let me show you. This is dry enough. Let me show you how I blend in. So you can see where my image is. And I just used, I don't know what kind of brush. This is an old brush, but it's got like a frayed edge to it or tip to it. And then I just take a little bit like that, right? And then I just dab it around the edges. And then I'll cover the whole surface so that way it has the same texture. But that's what I'll do all the way around this lid. And what I'm doing is just blending in the spots where I've tore close to the image. So that way the paper and the paint is the exact same color. Because usually I use cotton, but on this one I didn't use cotton, I used buttercream. But you can see that it looks really good with the paper. So if we're ever out of stock of cotton and you don't want to wait and we have buttercream in stock, order that buttercream. And if you don't, and if you like the more of a like an antique creamyish yellow or white, not yellow.
It's an antique white color.
Yeah, then this is the color.
Buttercream is the color you want.
You want to go with. I like it. Pairs up, like I feel like it pairs up really good with the blue. It's a good match. I feel like white would have been too white with the blue, but that's just me.
I think it would have too. That's why I really wanted you to use the buttercream.
So yeah, and I just dab it all the way around.
Because I think it looks better with the cookies.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I didn't want to go with white. Just gonna dab it all the way around. And this one might be cute too with little polka dots around it.
If we had some confetti stars.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cute.
Because then
like sprinkles.
Yeah, you could sprinkle it onto the clear coat before it's dry, and the clear coat would glue it to the surface.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I do. I just go around, and then right here I've kind of.
And that used to just be a regular round acrylic paint brush that the ends have been snipped. I actually snipped them to create like a V shape out of the brush itself.
It works really good for this. I know that much.
Oh, and I got some good news. So we carry zebra paint brushes now officially. You know, I ordered them weeks ago.
They came in.
They came in today, so I'm gonna be adding them tonight. Zebra is a really good paintbrush alternative. Our other brushes are really expensive. Zebra brushes are much more affordable, and they last a long time.
Okay, so this is where I'm at because I want art glitter glue, and I'm still waiting for this stuff to dry because I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to risk tearing this paper up. But in the end, this is the finished project.
They can't see it.
Well, what do I do? This one is my finished project, and these are the ones that's what I'm going for. So this is what I started with, just a cookie tin, and then these will be the end game.
Tina said if you take decoupage strips, you can wrap it around the tins.
Yeah, I thought about that one on this one. I thought about using
because the one's tileable, so you could line it up just right.
Yeah, I thought about that on this one, but then I just really love the blue, so that's kind of why I went with the two-tone. And so, like, you could actually set it, like it could sit on your counter.
You know what? You could
like a little sitter
on the bottom and the top right here. You could wrap twine around it too, and then it would look almost.
That's what I said. I want to wrap twine around this inner circle and then twine around the bottom.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool because it gives it that I don't know, that look from that era because it's jute
the twine matches the nativity scene really good.
And here's the things that I was talking about. That's the decoupage paper for the Santa. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas Santa.
It's online.
And this is the new one I just added. I still have to trim these boards up, but the paper itself is there. I like that one. That's the one I did last night.
So it's available online too?
Yeah, I had to modify one of my original ones to make that one look better with the poem in the background. Yeah. But I thought it turned out really great.
I'm working on those to get those in the store and get those ready for Christmas open house. I just don't want... I'll tell you one thing that's a trick about this metal is it's cold, so I can't tell if it's wet or dry.
And Tina, if you'll give me about a week, I got to get some more wood, and then I'll just, when I'm cutting out my other stuff for our various projects, I'll cut you out one for that, and then go ahead and I'll stain the boards so you'll have a stained edge.
You might want to say more than, well, what do you mean by a week?
Like
next week? Because like next week is open house.
Yeah, like Wednesday or Thursday. I can do it like, I can get the wood Wednesday and then Thursday. I can get the wood Wednesday and cut it Wednesday afternoon.
Next week's going to be a crazy week.
It's just Friday and Saturday.
Still crazy. So I'm just lightly sanding down because I want my edges to come off. But I feel like it's hard to tell if my clear coat's still wet or not.
Do you need a rougher grit?
I'm just being very gentle. Very gentle. So I'll have to put a clear coat because originally I should have sanded before I put the clear coat on.
So it didn't help the process out at all.
Well, I mean, it's probably because it's not all the way dry. And then I'm still got frayed edges. So I'll need to just put a clear coat around it. And it'll be all right. So it's one of those things where you get too excited and you go too fast.
That happens a lot?
Yeah.
I did that on my wooden desktop for my desk at home, and it is outside waiting for me to cut it into pieces because I decided to build it a little too fast. And I did not check to make sure it was flat and square. It was just square, not flat.
So it's all right. It's all fixable.
It was going to be the coolest desk, too. I was so excited about building that thing.
There we go. So, yeah. I think go over this with a thing of clear coat, and then I think use some gilding wax, and I think this one will be done, too. But that's my little polka dots. I think it's cute.
You sound like Haley when you do that. Yeah. Because she says the same thing.
All right, so everything needs to dry. I'm at a drying spot now. Everything just needs to sit and cure up and get hard, and then I'll be able to come through and do my finishing touches, and then I'll get ready to post a picture on YouTube of all the finished pieces. But if you're interested in any of these decoupage papers, they are on our website at rustyacrylics.com.
Tina just received the paper that her son bought her in Japan. It's beautiful. I'll have to show you.
Oh, I bet so. That would be cool.
Let me know the next time you'll be in the store. We'll be in the store tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be in the store tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday.
Yep. 10 to 5.
Tomorrow, 10 to 5,
10 to 5
yeah.
tomorrow.
10 to 6, Monday and Tuesday.
Yep. I'll be there. Thank y'all guys so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us.
14, 15, and 19. That's how old our kids are.
Oh, yeah. What did you say? 19, 15, and 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun ages.
Yeah.
Those teenage years.
It's
fun.
I guess it's fun.
It is fun.
Emily's fun.
They're all fun.
Once girls grow out of their I hate daddy phase, it's back to normal, and I like that.
They're annoyed by the world right now. That's where they're at in life.
Especially the bug.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching.
Y'all have a good day, and I guess we'll see y'all.
Well, not next week because it's open house Friday and Saturday. But I am working on a video, so I'm hoping to have a video out next week. Maybe I'll get it done by Friday to replace the live that we usually do on Friday. But if you are in town, be sure to stop by the store. All the businesses around us just about are having open house on the 10th and the 11th. So it's a good weekend if you can travel, if you don't live that far away, to come to Clanton. Because
Maymay's got her open house. We have our open house.
So charming. Almost all the businesses are doing open house that same weekend. So
and we're giving away free Christmas ornaments. If
you are in town, stop by and see us. We'll be there, and I'll have a video out for y'all if you can. Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.